Hello students, welcome back for the part 7th session in Advanced Financial Accounting. The new chapter which is started in the last session, that is joint venture. As I told you in the previous session, there will be two methods of calculation under joint venture. One is when the books are maintained separately in the joint venture. Today we are going to solve an illustration. Books of accounts are maintained separately in the joint venture. So let us start with an illustration. Anita and Sunita entered a joint venture, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. They have already given the profit loss sharing ratio. We need to use this while doing joint venture account. If we are getting balance as profit or loss, we are supposed to distribute by using this ratio. If they have not mentioned profit or loss sharing ratio, then we can distribute the amount what we used to get in the joint venture account in equal basis. They opened a joint bank account in which Anita deposited rupees 2 lakh and Sunita deposited rupees 1 lakh. So they have already opened a joint bank account. For that also they have separately invested the amount into bank account. The payments from joint bank account were wages 50,000, manufacturing expenses 1,70,000, administration expenses 36,000. As they have done some expenditure while doing joint venture business, they got some expenditure in the form of wages, manufacturing expenses, administration expenses. This is paid through joint bank account. It is not paid by individual co-venture, it is paid through joint bank account. Then we have Anita paid 1,40,000 for purchase of goods and Sunita paid rupees 18,000 for conveyance charges. Separate individual expenditure which will be met by co-ventures they have already given. The goods were sold at rupees 6 lakh and the balance of goods valued at rupees 24,000 were taken over by Sunita. So they got sales. So that is the income they got 6 lakh. And the balance whatever the goods is left in the business that will be taken over by the Sunita. It will be also an income for the co-ventures. Prepare ledger account when separate set of books is maintained. So as they have already said, we are supposed to prepare the ledger account. One is joint venture account, then co-ventures account, and also the joint bank account. So we are supposed to prepare these three accounts. In the last account, we are going to balance the amount on debit side as well as on the credit side. So let us start with the solution. First, we need to record with joint venture account. As you can see here, in the books of Anita and Sunita, the ledger accounts, joint venture account, debit, credit, particulars rupees, particulars rupees. So before starting joint venture account, let us see one more time with the format of joint venture account. As you can see here, on the debit side usually we will have all the expenditures which is done in joint venture, and the credit side will have usually all the incomes which will be generated by the joint venture. So here on the debit side, co-ventures account will be there. If any expenditure which will be sent or which will be made by the individual co-venture, that will be recorded in their name account. And also if any expenditure collectively they have done, then will be recorded in the bank account. In the same manner, income which is received collectively will be recorded in the bank account, joint bank account. And if it is received by the individual persons or individual co-ventures, will be recorded in co-venture account. So let us start with it. Anita and Sunita entered a joint venture, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. First, we have a joint bank account in which Anita deposited 2 lakh and Sunita deposited 1 lakh. This is the amount they have invested startingly. So this will be recorded in co-ventures account. So we are not going to take this important point under joint venture account. Remember, that will be recorded in co-venture account. Other than that, we have payments from joint bank account where they have done some payments in the form of wages, that is 50,000, and also we have manufacturing expenses 1,70,000 and administration expenses 36,000. These are the three expenditure which is done in the joint venture, but they have not given any information. These three were spent by the individual co-venture. As they have already mentioned, it is paid through joint bank account. So we are supposed to record all the three in joint bank account only. You can record separate entries for each expenditure, or in collective way you can record all the expenditures in one account, that is joint bank account. So let us start on the debit side. As you can see here, 2 joint bank account. So I'm writing the reason also here: wages, administration expenses, manufacturing expenses. So totally I need to add all the amount, and I'm taking it as 2,56,000. So this is the entry which I have recorded. So it is the expenditure which is spended in the name of bank account. So it is not an individual account. So let us see the other points. Anita paid rupees 1,40,000 for purchase of goods. Sunita paid rupees 18,000 for conveyance charges. First, let us take Anita paid 1,40,000 for purchase of goods. It is also an expenditure for joint venture, but it is paid by Anita. So it is done by individual co-venture that we are supposed to record in the name of the co-venture. So to Anita's account, expenditure which is done on goods purchased, so with the amount of rupees 1,40,000. So in the same way, expenditure which is done by each co-venture will be recorded on their name. If it is done on collectively, will be recorded on bank account name. So Sunita paid 18,000 for conveyance charges. So it is also paid by co-venture. So that is the reason we are supposed to record in their particular name. So Sunita's account, in the bracket we are supposed to record conveyance charges. That is the reason, and the amount of that will be rupees 18,000. Apart from that, let us check, do we have any more entries? Then we have goods were sold at rupees 6 lakh. So now we got an income. So they have sold the goods and they are getting the amount of 6 lakh. So as the sales represents income, so we are supposed to record the income on the credit side. So this is the income which is not received by an individual co-venture. That is the reason I'm recording in joint bank account. So it will be received directly through the bank. So amount of 6 lakh, a reason is sales. So apart from this, we have one more. The balance of goods valued at rupees 24,000 were taken over by Sunita. So it is also a kind of income. If any co-venture has taken any assets, it will be income for those individual co-ventures. So that will be also recorded on the credit side. But it is taken over by individual co-venture. That is the reason it will be recorded in their name by Sunita's account, and bracket goods taken over with the amount of 24,000. Apart from that, in the illustration we don't have any other expenditures, other income. So that is the reason we are supposed to close it. So first let us find out on which side it is more. So usually the credit side will be more, 6 lakh and 24,000, 6 lakh 24,000, same total on the other side. So the balance will be considered as profit. That profit will be transferred to next account. The next account is co-ventures account. So the co-ventures account, this balance should be transferred to co-ventures account, that is profit, that will be balancing figure with the amount of rupees 2,10,000. So this 2,10,000, that is profit, should be distributed to the co-ventures, as they have already given the ratio, that is the ratio of 3:2. On this ratio we are supposed to distribute. So 2,10,000 into 3 divided by 5, and that is the distribution for Anita's account. So 2,10,000 into 3 divided by 5, we will get 1,26,000. Then for Sunita's account, 2,10,000 into 2 divided by 5, 84,000. So this will be transferred to co-venture account. Before going to next account, let us see how the ledger entries will be transferred to journal entries. That is very much important, because as we are transferring the entries to other accounts, so it is necessary to know about it. So as you can see, one entry I have made, that is joint venture account debtor to joint bank account. So when we are converting from ledger to journal, so whatever the heading we used to give in the ledger account, so that will be there in all the entries. So for example, you can see first entry. So as we are seeing on the debit side, first we have two joint bank account. So two joint bank account is the credit entry. So then what will be the debit entry? Usually the whatever the heading we have given, that will be the debit entry, that is nothing but joint bank venture account. So we can record that as by joint venture account to joint bank account. Now you can see one more entry which I have recorded. by joint bank account that are to joint venture account. So this is the entry which is recorded on the credit side. You can see on the credit side, first entry, by joint bank account we have 6 lakh, and this debit entry will be related to credit. So that means a joint bank account will be on the debit side, and that is related to joint venture. As we are doing under joint venture ledger account, all the entries which will include joint venture either in debit or either in credit. So you can see joint bank account will be by, and joint venture account will be to, that is in nothing but debit and credit. When we are recording entries under journal or ledger, usually we think about each entry. We need to find out whether it will come under which account, whether it is personal account, real account or nominal account. After we apply that, then we need to apply golden rules. Then we need to decide which one is debit and which one is credit. This takes some time, and also we should have that basic rules in mind. And also one simple way we can do this in while doing ledger account, whatever the expenditures are there, that will be recorded on the debit side. Whatever the income will be there, that will be recorded on the credit side. And when we are transferring that to ledger to journal, it will be also simple. Whatever the entries are there on the debit side, so as you can see, it will come under 2, and whatever the entries we have on the credit side, so that will come on the buy, so that means on debit. Let me convert this ledger into journal so that you'll understand in a simple way. So joint venture account debtor to joint bank account 2,56,000. Joint venture account debtor to Anita's account 1,40,000. Joint venture account debtors to Sunita's account 18,000. Joint venture account debtor to co-venture account 2,10,000. If I talk about on the other side, joint bank account debtor to joint venture account 6 lakh. Sunita's account debtor to joint venture account 24,000. So in simple way, conversion of ledger to journal will be done. So this you are supposed to remember, and also remember how to transfer these entries to other account. That is also more important. As we are doing under joint venture, usually you will get only 3 particular names. One is a joint venture, one is co-venture, and one more is joint bank account. With these 3 names only, the entries will be transferred to one ledger account to another ledger account. As I have given the example, joint venture account debtor to joint bank account. So joint bank account will be on debit side if we are entering under joint venture. Then if we are recording under joint bank account, on the credit side, joint venture account will be there with the same amount. In simple way, I can say under joint venture account, joint bank account will be 2. In case of joint bank account, joint venture account will be by. So we can solve this illustration also by remembering which entry will come under credit side and which entry will come under debit side. Now let us go with the second account that we are supposed to prepare, that is a co-ventures account. Usually when we are preparing co-ventures account, we need to consider how many co-ventures are there. In this we have 2, one is Anita and Sunita. So this is the format usually we record. Remember always while solving this co-venture account, you need to record the first entry on the credit side, that is joint bank account. That is compulsory entry will be there in all the illustrations. First recording this, then we can move forward, and no entries will be recorded by seeing the illustration. Just you need to transfer the entries whatever which is related to co-ventures. That entry will be there under joint venture, that will be transferred to co-ventures account. Heading is co-venture account. Particulars Anita, Sunita. If we are having 3 co-ventures, we need to add one more column. Particulars Anita, Sunita on credit side. So let us start by recording always the first entry. When you are starting with co-venture account, on the credit side you need to record bank account. So that is related to what is the deposit or what is the amount which is invested on the starting of the joint venture. So which will be done by the co-ventures itself. So that information will be there in the illustration. Let us see that and let us record on the credit side of co-ventures account. The second line of the starting, you can see they opened a joint bank account into which Anita deposited rupees 2 lakh and Sunita deposited of rupees 1 lakh. So these two amounts they have deposited into bank account when they have started as a joint venture. So that we are supposed to record under co-ventures account on the credit side in the name of joint bank account. By joint bank account, reason is amount deposited or invested. Then we are supposed to record amount of Anita deposited rupees 2 lakh and Sunita deposited rupees 1 lakh. Apart from this entry, all other information which we are supposed to record under co-venture account will be there already in the account of joint venture account. So on that joint venture account, in the name of co-ventures, there will be so many entries. That entries we are supposed to transfer here. So instead of remembering the entries and seeing the question and taking the accounts here, so we can easily see the entries which is under joint venture account. We can transfer that. So as you can see in this illustration, on the debit side, we have two Anita's account. That is the name of co-venture. So that we are supposed to transfer to co-ventures account. So let us see how this entry will be there for journals. As you can see, by joint venture account to Anita's account. In case of joint venture account, we have recorded Anita account on debit side. In case of co-venture account, joint venture will be recorded on credit side. In simple, I can say, if Anita account is 2, then joint venture account will be by. In joint venture account, we have recorded Anita's account in 2. In case of co-venture account, we are supposed to record joint venture account in the form of by. So that is on the credit side. So let us record it first. By joint venture account, reason is goods purchased by Anita. Amount is 1,40,000. That will be recorded only in the column of Anita because that co-venture has done expenditure on that. 1,40,000 on Anita's column, and in Sunita's column it will be nil. Then let us see what other entry will be there under joint venture account. We have one more related to co-venture. That is to Sunita's account. That is spent on conveyance charges 18,000. So as we can see, it is in 2. We can record that in by. That is on the credit side of co-ventures account. So let us record it in the name of by joint venture account. Reason is conveyance charges, and that is done by Sunita. So on Sunita's column, we are supposed to record 18,000. So in Anita column, it will be nil. These two we can club together, but instead of that, we can make separately. So lastly, we have one more related to co-venture. That is to co-venture account profit. This will be also transferred to co-ventures account. It is in the debit side. So we are supposed to transfer on the credit side. That is in by joint venture account, that is profit. Anita 1,26,000, Sunita column 84,000. Apart from this, on the debit side of joint venture account, we don't have any other related to co-ventures. On the credit side, we have one, that is Sunita's account, that is goods taken over 24,000. Here it is on the credit side. When we are recording on the co-ventures account, we are supposed to record on debit side. That is in two joint venture account. Reason is goods taken over. In Anita column nil and Sunita column will be 24,000. So apart from this, we don't have any other information related to co-ventures. Then we can close that co-ventures account and we can find out the balance. So that balance will be transferred to next account, that is joint bank account. So total will be more on credit side. 4,66,000 on Anita column, 2,02,000 on Sunita column. Both amount will be on the debit side. The balance will be transferred to joint bank account, that is next account. And amount of Anita's column will be 4,66,000. In Sunita's column 1,78,000. The third account we are supposed to record in the name of joint bank account. So you can see the format here. So in this, we are not going to enter any new entries. So there will be no new entries which we are supposed to record here. Only thing, whatever the entries we have already recorded in two accounts. First account joint venture, second account co-venture account. On that, if we are having any entries related to joint bank account, then we can easily transfer that to joint bank account. In a simple way, what I have transferred in case of joint venture to co-venture. In the same manner, we need to transfer from both the accounts to this account. And finally, the balance on both the sides, debit side, credit side, will be equal. So let us start it. Joint bank account, So format will be same, particulars rupees, particulars rupees. So let us go with the account of joint venture. So start by taking whatever the entries we have related to joint bank account. Let us take that first. So on the joint venture account, you can see on the debit side, we have one, that is joint bank account. Reason is some of the expenditure. Total amount is 2,56,000. So as we are having this entry on the debit side, this we are supposed to take on credit side, that is in buy. Joint venture account, reason will be same, 2,56,000. Then on the same joint venture account, we have one more joint bank account which is on the credit side. As you can see here, on the credit side we have one more joint bank account. It is on the credit side, reason is sales 6 lakh, that we are supposed to take in joint bank account on the debit side, that is in 2, in the name of joint venture account. On the debit side, 2 joint venture account, reason is sales, amount of rupees 6 lakh. On the joint venture account, we don't have any other entries related to joint bank account. Next, we will go with the next account, that is co-ventures account. On that also we will have some entries related to bank account. So those entries we are supposed to record in joint bank account. First, on the debit side we have one, that is 2 joint bank account, that is the balance we are supposed to transfer. So it is on the debit side, so let us transfer that on the credit side in the name of buy co-ventures account. Under that we have 2 co-ventures, one is Anita with the amount of rupees 4,66,000 and one more is Sunita with the amount of rupees 1,78,000. So let us see how many entries are there in co-ventures in the name of joint bank account. And we have one more entry on the credit side in the name of joint bank account with the reason of deposits made. So Anita 2 lakh and Sunita 1 lakh. So let us record this. So in this we have on credit side. So in joint bank account it will be on debit side in the form of 2 co-ventures account. So let us record it, 2 co-ventures account with the amount of Anita 2 lakh and Sunita 1 lakh. Apart from this, we don't have any entries related to joint bank account either in joint venture account or in co-venture account. So let us close the joint bank account. Both the sides we are supposed to get equal amount. So as you can see here, on the debit side as well as on credit side, we are getting the equal total as 9 lakh rupees. You can observe one thing in all the 3 accounts. I have used some 3 different colors. One is blue, one is red and one is green. So you can see for all the joint venture account entries I have used blue color. All the joint bank account entries I have used green color, and all the co-ventures entries I have used red color. This is only to make you understand in easier way while transferring entries to one account to another account. Don't get any confusions with that. So in a simple way to make you understand, I have used the colors. So I have given 2 more illustrations for you guys to solve. So please solve this illustration. So in this illustration, Soumya and Sneha entered into a joint venture for the government. The government agrees to pay 1 lakh. This is the 1 lakh is the amount they are receiving as income. This will be recorded on joint venture account credit side in the name of joint bank account. Then we have Soumya contributed rupees 10,000 and Sneha contributes rupees 15,000. So this is the amount which they have deposited or invested in starting of the joint venture. This will be recorded only in co-ventures account while starting with the joint bank account on the credit side. Then we have these amounts are paid into joint bank account. Payments made out of joint bank account were, they have done some expenditures with purchase of equipments, hire of equipments, wages, materials and other expenses. This is paid through joint bank account. So this is the expenditure we are supposed to record on joint venture account debit side in the name of joint bank account. Then we have Soumya paid 2,000 as license fees. It is also an expenditure which is paid by Soumya, that is co-venture. We are supposed to record under joint venture account in the name of Soumya's account with the amount of 2,000. Then on completion, government paid the agreed amount. The equipment were taken over by Sneha at a valuation of rupees 2,000. So this is an income which is in joint venture, which is for co-venture. So this will be recorded on joint venture account on the credit side in the name of Sneha account. And also they have given profit sharing ratio 2:3 after completing the joint venture account. If you're getting profit or loss, we are supposed to distribute that in the ratio of 2:3. So after that, we need to transfer the entries to co-venture account as well as joint bank account. In the last joint bank account, you're supposed to get the equal amount on both the sides. And this is also one more illustration you are supposed to solve this illustration. It is almost similar to the two problems what we have seen earlier. Solve this illustration, and I hope you guys have understood this concept. And if you're having any doubts, please mention in the comment section. And thank you for watching.